This is Yueqilin. Here I'm going to show you the solution of homework 4 and question 2.56. First, we have a look at the question. In the question, it asks us to determine the output yn when it gives us the input is x of n, which is equals the delta of n, and the system function h of e j omega, and he says it's a low pass filter as it indicated. It gives out the expression and the graph. It's just simply the output of the output of the system of this system, and when the input is delta m. So the output we can get the output of y of ej omega, and transfer it in do the reverse transform, do the reverse Fourier transform, and we can get the y of n. So firstly, we have a look at the system. So we have known that the input is x of n equals delta n, which is we do the Fourier transform of this expression. So we can get x of ej omega equals 1. And now the input is this, and the from this figure we know the input first passed the low pass filter, which expression is this. So we in the frequency domain we can get that the output of this system is y of w ej omega equals x ej omega multiply h ej omega, which is h ej omega. And now we continue the process. On the upper side, the w of n is the input, and multiply with the minus 1's nth power. So when it passed the multiplier, we get the expression of this. This expression is w of n multiply e minus j j pi nth power. This means a shift in the frequency domain. So in the frequency domain, we can write it into w e j omega minus pi equals h e j omega minus pi. So the overall output of the system will be the upper side plus the lower side. So it will be the y of ej or y of n equals ej omega n multiply wn plus wn, and in the frequency domain it will equals this. So now we have a look at this function h of ej omega minus n, and this will equals this means a shifting in the frequency domain. So we can get the when because the expression is firstly act as this. When we change the when we make a shifting in the frequency domain, it means that the omega is changed into pi divided by 2, and pi, and at this period the h of ej omega is equals 1, and when omega is smaller than 2 pi over 2, the the h of ej omega will equal 0, so the y will equals 1, and the y of n will equals delta n.